Welcome to the Daily Nation. I am Tori Zimmerman, and I will be your host for this evening. The segment we are to be discussing today is that of the world economies. The economy that we shall be looking into under depth is the Republic of Zambia. The Republic of Zambia is a capitalist nation with a GDP rate of 25 billion USD and a GDP per capita rate of 1,800 USD. Gross domestic product is the monetary value of all finished goods and services in a specific time period in the country's borders. Zambia has extremely low GDP values. However, their rate of growth is quite high. In 2013, they had a growth rate of 6%. From this, we can determine that both the average demand of the nation's average demand and supply has increased. Zambia is not coming out of recession, so therefore we can determine that the economy is producing at a full employment level of output, and therefore this increase in growth rate results in a long-run economic growth as shown by the diagram. Unlike the common economic theory, Zambia does not decrease its unemployment rate during an increase in growth, and therefore we cannot use the business cycle to determine Zambia's growth rate, but rather simply use the short-run economic ADAS model. In recent years, government spending has increased to make up 25% of the GDP. We can therefore determine that is, if one of the factors of GDP has increased by that much, it is the root cause of economic growth. Of course, there are consequences of this economic growth, positives and negative side effects. The positive ones, of course, include higher incomes and greater output for the nation. There is high inflation of 7.1% in Zambia's economy. Anything above 5% of inflation is determined as high by global economic standards. Inflation is the average price level of goods and services in a nation over time. Because of this rapid increase, firms and households will try and spend all their money before price levels increase, therefore shifting 80 outwards, causing a demand pull inflation. There's an inflationary gap between YFE and Y2 because 80 has shifted outwards, therefore causing output to have to be greater than the full employment level. Price levels have also risen from PFE, which will be the price level of full employment, to P2. This shall reduce the real incomes of society, contributing to the instability, as real incomes are incomes adjusted towards inflation. It will also cause lower interest rates for savers and higher interest rates for borrowers. Therefore, less money is being put into the economy. Zambia does not follow the macroeconomic theory of the Phillips curve, which states that there is an indirect relationship between unemployment and inflation, as Zambia's inflation rate is 7.1 and its unemployment rate is 15, which both are extremely far outside the common Phillips curve, but also they have both decreased from past years, therefore showing us that there has been development in the society. Through economic theory, we can deduce that high unemployment rates will reduce household incomes, affecting AD negatively, and harm lifestyles, both physically and mentally, and it shall increase the crime and poverty rates. However, due to Zambia's high inflation rate, some of these side effects of unemployment contradict each other, as AD cannot shift negatively if AD is shifting out for the inflation. Furthermore, there's downward pressure on wages for unemployed workers because the workers must take pay cuts in order to keep their jobs. However, due to the inflation rate, workers will want raises in order to increase their real income. One of the other consequences for rapid economic growth is inequality in income distributions. Zambia has extreme problems in income equality, as the farther the line gets away from the perfect line of perfect equality, the more indistributed the wealth is. Zambia's top 20 has about 57.5% of all the income in the nation. That is something that the solutions for this problem are, once again, for the government to detail. Policies are commonly instituted in order to even out this equity problem. That is all for today. Thank you so much for watching.